What's up? It's your girl Mina J, and welcome to Interview Flows. Today I have Dellwood Oso and Richie IV in the studio with me. Well, not the studio, but we in this cool place called Vintage Gold.
Yeah, we're in Vintage Gold right now. Super dope. Check out the IG Vintage Gold 88. A dope spot to get so much clothes and black owned also. So you gotta love that.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us also.
Thank you for being here. It's so good to finally be back. It's been a minute. Thank y'all for sticking around and supporting your girl. All right, so we're going to jump into these interview questions. So they just came out with an album called Birds of a Feather. Before we actually start talking about the actual album, can y'all just talk a little bit about y'all musical beginnings? Were there any like special moments or influences that shaped y'all to be the artists that y'all are today?
All right, so if I had to go first, my musical beginnings, uh, my dad played a lot of Prince, just was everywhere. But Outkast was a huge influence for me. Like I just remember a birthday that my dad got me like the best of Outkast, and they just had something playalistic. It had the whole world. It had so many just songs, and to know that none of those were samples and they had to play it just really inspired me to like really want to do music.
Okay.
I grew up in the church choir, so that's part of my like just lineage of doing music. My father is big on playing music. He would play me like R&B, jazz. Um, I didn't have cable at my mom's house, but at my dad's house I had cable, so I used to watch a lot of 106 in Park when I went over there, and that was my really like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to be those guys on 106 in Park. Sadly, there is no 106 in Park for me now.
Right.
Yeah.
Then like my first CD ever was Country Grammar. I'm a St. Louis native. Country Grammar was my first CD. I played it till that mother skipped, and I still got that CD too.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I like Prince. My mama, huge Prince fan. My grandma, huge Prince fan. I got the very best of Prince
Yeah.
one year for Christmas and
Yeah.
played it out.
I'm telling you, like, it was everywhere. Like my dad and my cousin got a competition who had the most Prince CDs and songs, and it was crazy.
Okay. How did y'all come up with y'all monikers? Dellwood Oso, Richie IV. Is there
Uh,
anything symbolic or?
yeah. For for a little while, I used to go by Trey Casanova, but like my logo was a bear. I like the bear iconography, so also the Spanish for bear, so I like that. I'm from Dellwood, so I had to rep where I'm from.
Oh, I didn't know the bear thing was a. I didn't know
Yeah,
that was.
like if you look at my logo, like the new.
No, I'm talking about you said Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Oso is bear in Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
Spanish. Yeah.
If you look at my new logo, it is a bear, but it spells out Oso. Like the ears are the O's and the face is S.
Yeah, that's dope. I didn't know the Spanish. It's great. Well, Richie IV. So I used to go by Mr. Dougie. Uh, way back in high school, first name and everything with production. And after I graduated, I was talking to my mentor, Booney Mayfield. Shout out Booney. He was like, I was like, man, I can't keep going by Dougie. One is super outdated. Two is like it sounds immature. So he was like, well, I mean, do anybody call you like Richie or anything? I was like, actually, I got one person that calls me Richie. And I was like, actually, and you know what? And she actually said it in the verse. And I was like, that's a good idea. And he was like, well, you can do something else with your name. You the fourth. I was like, Richie IV, that'd be cold. And he was like, what about like IV in your veins? I was like, yeah, but Richie IV just makes so much more sense now. So yeah, Richie IV, just for Richie the Fourth, that's who I am. So
Okay. Now we're gonna jump into the album. What inspired the concept behind Birds of a Feather?
Initially, I wanted to make like a blues type of album, and I wanted it to be named a red bird singing blue notes. So we're kind of in the bird family when we started the project, and then I just think that me and Richie are similar people, um, and with that being like birds of a feather, we flock together. We came together and we've been making music for a little while now, and it's just like I feel like we fit together, like we are birds of a feather. Um, so
Absolutely, and it's crazy because even listening back, like I relate to so much that he's saying, in the album. Like it literally hits me in real life. So it's like I do feel like we live in the same life, and it's crazy how many just things we have in common, and just his ear, musical taste. And I was like, it's the same thing I like, and that's the same thing I hear. So it all kind of just worked perfectly together.
Okay. What does Birds of a Feather mean to you? Does it reflect your bond as collaborators in the theme of the album?
yeah, I feel like just all the collaborators in general, we kind of all are birds of a feather in the sense of um, we are all like Midwesterners. We all kind of organically came to this point of doing music and then being able to do music with each other. Um, so, for instance, C Payne is my cousin, Mandy is my sister in law, Emmy Trey I met at a session with Richie, um, Damo I met at someone's birthday party.
Right.
And I
Slick Darko?
Slick I met in I actually knew Slick since high school, but I don't think we had like physically personally met until college. But yeah.
And it's just cool because how like he ended up meeting those people in just random ways and how it all came together on this album. This is kind of the same how we met, randomly meeting in a beat battle, talking to somebody completely separate, Child Luciano, uh, and then end up going to a studio session together, with that middle person, but then it spread it out to this. So it's just crazy how all these, divine timing and just how it all works out. It's really cool. So, and I guess birds, birds of a feather, they end up finding their flock. So that's the real cool part about it.
Hmm. How did you two collaborate on this project? Specifically, like when it came to production and songwriting and arrangements?
So like production wise, I was just like, let's get some beats out, and I was kind of just throwing them beats, and then I was like, we need to like sit down and kind of see like what we actually want to hear, like what I have and how we can actually do something with it. And so 9 of those songs, well, not nine, it was eight songs, just two skits. But 8 of those songs, 7 of those songs was original picks that we did at the studio, and it was so cool just going through them. Some of them wasn't even built. Like it was still just like I need to build this up real quick. I don't even know what this even is. Here's some beats I found from 6 years ago. Like what can we do with these? And so coming up with that was like the great part. And then I just naturally did the arrangement. He knows how to flow on whatever beat I got. So it all worked out. Just trust the process. Like I sent it to him. I got it back probably about a week later. And then we got one special song that came in there later. So that's how that kind of collab with us.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it's two songs that weren't on there originally. Essentially, one of those songs I had already recorded to and had been sitting on for a different project. And then I just felt like it went with the project. And that was the one with Slick. I'm blanking on the name right now.
I only pull up the track list.
No, not Focus.
Sweat Socks.
Sweat Socks, yeah.
Uh,
Sweat Socks I've been sitting on a while for like
yeah.
a completely different project. But everything else, um, like Richie said, we linked up, went through beats. Like I got to see how he structures a song. That's one of those things that I guess I never really got to witness someone do in the production side. I seen him like, all right, cool. I want this many bars for the verse, this many bars for the hook, maybe this many bars for the intro, and that was an experience that I've never had before. I've seen people produce, but it's kind of like I just been a fly on the wall. And this when Richie was like, "Yeah, this cool," and he let me give some input. Um, and then, like you said, I tried to knock I tried to knock all the songs out in like that week time frame. That's not a regular thing. It was just I really wanted to see what would it be like to do an album in a week.
Yeah, it would have been in a week if I would have. I Man, mixing that in a week would have been crazy.
Yeah,
It would have been crazy.
I wasn't even thinking he was gonna be
But it was cool to even get that back that quick. I was like, oh man, like it was just wow. I was like, oh, okay, that's the album.
Can you describe a moment where the collaboration just seemed to click? Just like a beat and then a verse, and you was just like, this is just absolutely perfect. Like,
I'll let you go first.
Oh my. I feel like old like when we did Selfie, we got another EP together. When we did Selfie, I felt like that. Like when I hear Ben popping, like it's just like, oh man, this was like this is me if I can rap. Like this is what this would be. This would that brag would be. This would be, talking about how we, would go through this life, and it was like, yeah, this is it. With the more recent, I would say kind of just hearing him freestyle like as I'm picking beats, and then him having actual input, and it was like, oh, okay, he's hearing this, so it's like he understands what I'm trying to do and how I'm arranging this, and just my mindset and like what I'm doing. So I believe that made it even tighter. So I know if I send him a beat, he knows kind of like, this is how he's structuring it. So
when we were going through the beat selection process, Richie pulled up the beat for Shaking Dice, and he was like, "Yeah, I feel like this is a house party type beat, like a beat for a house party." And when he said it, I'm sitting there next to him, like, "That's crazy," because I literally hear this as like a hey, we got people like vibrating, enjoying themselves to this song. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So then when I started to record it, and I recorded it with Emmy Trey, I'm like, hey, this the song that like I need you to play the other party to the song.
mm-hmm.
Like you be the women in this party. And I felt like the way the production, my vocals and her vocals all meshed together is perfect.
It kind of leads into my next question about how Emmy Trey is featured on two of the songs on the album, Shaking Dice and Welcome to the Deep End. And I was just wondering, how did those collaborations come to be? Like, did you already have her picked out for the song, or did you know?
That's a whole story, and just even meeting her and how all of this.
Yeah.
Shout out Emmy Trey, always.
Yeah. So do you want to explain the meeting?
Yeah. So I can do the first meeting. So I hold monthly studio sessions for local artists at Suburban Pro. Shout out Suburban Pro, big sponsor of the Mantra House at themantrahouse.com. And she ended up showing up to one of my free studio sessions. Had really no idea of what she wanted to do. She just wanted to be in the studio vibe, and she ended up getting the song done because Oso was there also. And she was like, I don't know what to write. He was like, well, I can help you write something right quick. And it was like they just in the corner writing the song to this beat that she's just like, oh yeah, I like to do that. And it just became so big. Like her vocals was just so like the only way to describe it is like vintage. Like she has such an old soul sound that sounds just so natural. So, but just them literally learning how to write and her taking that and singing it, I knew it was gonna be something. And so she's always been like that person in the background. Crazy.
To even piggyback off what he said, I kind of remember it being that Richie kind of announced it like, hey, Oso good with hooks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can write a whole song. and so she kind of just asked like, hey, you really are good? I'm like, yeah, I'm nice like that. So we sat there, like he said, in the corner, kind of just wrote the song. She had an idea, she had some lyrics, and we kind of just penned that out. So then when we get to this project, by the time we get to this project, me and her are frequent collaborators. We even are a duo, 8993. Be expecting music from us soon. I just knew that was somebody I was going to work with on the project. because we work so frequently. I think she might. Yeah, I think she was the first person that recorded with this project.
And how did the other features come to fruition
Mm,
with Mandy, C Payne, Slick Darko, and Damo Deshawn?
with Damo, I had been for a while. I really actually been telling Damo to show up to Richie's studio session. I keep on like, yeah, go to this, go to this, go to this. You gotta go. He gonna come. I promise. But but I've been telling him that. But also I've been like, yo, we gotta do something together. Um, and I sent him a beat, and the the song files got lost on my hard drive. So we technically recorded two songs. Um, but the original song that we were going to record just didn't make the album because of the lost files. But we recorded a second song, and the crazy part is he was just there. We were killing time. I was like, "Oh yeah, I got this other beat that I don't know what I'm doing with this."
Right.
So I genuinely had no like theme, and I'm the type of person. If I'm going to ask you to collaborate, I already know what we're going to do, so I can help like guide you in that direction instead of like I've seen so many times where artists get together and they're like, yeah, we should work together, and then they're sitting there and nothing gets done because there was no structure. There was no structure. We came out, we felt like this. Slick is another person that, like I said, I've known him so long that we worked on songs in the past that just never came out. This might be our first like since like high school song that we both were on. Um, Again, like I said, that was kind of for another project at first, and I just felt like his cadence of rap worked for that song. Uh, and as far as C Payne and Mandy, we took a trip to the Ozarks, like a family trip, and Richie had just sent me the beat, and I'm like, yeah, y'all, we gotta record to this song. We gotta record to this song. And Richie was like, we had already. I ain't gonna lie. We had already recorded to the song. Richie was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm saving this for something."
Yeah, I did not want that beat to be used. I never even heard that song because I wanted to write something over it. I wanted to like put something, but then I was like, I don't got nothing. So when we did need an extra song because of the hard drive, he didn't even send me the song. He was just like, I sent you the stems. And as soon as I just knew what the song was going to be. I said, I'm sure this is going to be that song that he kept telling me that I got to listen to, that I kept saying I'm not going to listen to. And I was like, damn, this is a fire ass song.
The funnier part is it was so, it was so good. We made it in the Ozarks. We got a house on the lake in the Ozarks. And I'm like, dang, this feel like where we at. Like, this is great. And then Richie was like, yeah, no, I got other plans for that. Bro, the next 3 hours, I was butthurt. Like I went upstairs, I wasn't talking to nobody. I was just like, "What, you don't want to put out this song? This is great." And I didn't send it to you because I realized if I sent it to you, you probably would like it, but you still would have been stern on what you had to do. So I never sent it to you. I was like, I ain't sending him this song, and I would just play it in the car. just play this in the car any chance I got.
And he was trying to sell me on it too. He was like, "Oh man, you gonna like this?" I was like, yeah, nah, bro. I'm gonna rap on this. I'm gonna write some bars. I think I wrote like 4, and I still got that 1-4. And yeah, so when I got it, I was like, oh man, this is.
You rap, Richie? I didn't know that. I was just
nah. I be trying. I be wanting to. I haven't. But yeah, I was like, dang, this is fire. And then there's a gap in between 2 of the verses where I feel like it's actually my verse right there because I put in these xylophones, and it's just so.
You want to know what's crazy about this? So boom, like I said, the hard drive crashed. There was a hook to this song that she was on, but because I saved it to the hard drive after she recorded, so I didn't have those files, and I was like, no, we can leave this open space.
That's fire.
Yeah. But I know we were talking about how we like the fact that the hook is not on the song because it gives time for the music to like build and actually be heard. Yeah. So the production is being shown through the music without the hook. Yeah. So I think it's a win-win. Yeah. Like, you know.
Too. I'm like, you actually get a chance to like, because there's a lot of sampling I did in that. There's a lot of playing that I did in that. So it shows off a lot especially being the second song. So
I said that actually leads me into my next question about what instruments and samples or software did you use? Wow.
So I use Logic Pro, uh, big Logic Pro person. After I got in college, I started with Fruity Loops, crack version. I can't even save beats. I was just like, I've been doing this since about 2009, so I can't even save beats at that time. And with this production specifically, I really wanted to play a lot of it. I used to sample. I still sample a lot, but I try not to as much. And then like I always like I just like to chop things up. Like my drums are always gonna be something unique. So I have just a pattern that I just like to do. So with this, just a lot of just openness. That's my biggest thing about this whole uh album. It was so open. Like do it. It's so much space in there. And playing like a lead in the second half of it on the bridge, and like playing that out myself, and just knowing like that was a one shot take. Like I just played that out and was like, yeah, that's good. Actually, all of these are mainly one shot takes, um, except for probably like the songs that's like 6 years old. But yeah, the production was super important on this one. I feel like this was really raw, like it's super simple and really raw.
Okay. What's your favorite song on the album?
Oh, okay, let me throw in one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Also with production, because I also mixed all of it.
Mm.
So listening to Shaking Dice and like you said earlier, just the mix of it, one of my favorites. Cause just how you can hear everything in the track.
Yes.
And the only thing is like I love it. I made everything extra loud. Like I made everything extra loud. Like I made sure that when you play this, you don't have to turn everything all the way up. Like it's gonna just bump no matter what. So yeah. And then favorite song.
Um, favorite song on the album.
And then explain why. My bad. I'm curious. I've been wanting to ask this for the last 2 weeks. I've been wanting to be like, so what you think about the album now? It's been out for 2 weeks.
I think my favorite song on the album is "Felt Like This,"
Mm.
and it's crazy because we listened to the album on the way here, and I at some point, okay, so to backtrack, when we were talking about Live from the Zarks, I talked about how I really liked that beat. When Richie sent me the beat, I was like, yeah, this is the best beat I've ever heard by you. This is what I think that's what I sent.
Yeah.
In hindsight, Felt Like This, I love that beat. Like, honestly, if nobody rapped on it and I could just listen to the beat, I love that beat. I love how it ends, and I love that, like you were saying, the openness in the actual album recording. How at the end of that song, the beat kind of plays out, and how it transitions out of that beat. I love that. That's why that's my favorite song of it, because I can literally tune out and just vibe to that beat. But the crazier part is if you don't tune out and you listen, Damo is rapping, I am rapping. Damo ate me up on that track. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. I honestly was like, gee, why why you do me like that? But I just love that song.
Yeah, man. That production was crazy because that was another one that wasn't done at all. I had just a 8 bar loop, and I was like, it just feels so like it needs something. It's just like I mainly just had the drum pattern and then I was like, we need to add something that just breaks it up. And then I found just some dude singing in the background, just like a loop that was in Logic Pro stock. And I was like, oh man, this kind of sounds, it just gives it a good kid, Mad City to somebody in the background kind of feel. And again, that was probably like a 6-year-old beat that I just never pulled back up. So to become that, and that's even better. And that's co-producer right there because I was asking for opinions. He was like yeah, that sounds good. I was like, all right, well, so like we really made that one together. So that was a really good collab. I think my favorite song though is still "To Death Do Us Part." That song is so fire. Like the open, because the idea was I was listening to "I'm Single" by Lil Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, man, this is like so cold and it's just so open and just like it's nothing to it, just so simple, but it just so perfect. And I was like, I want a version of that, but I'm married. And I was like, let me hit Oso up. So I just hit him up and I was like, hey yo man, I just need a song about being married, but kind of like how I'm single is. So just a lot of singing, really melodic. And did I send you the beat already or?
Yeah, I think you sent me the beat immediately afterwards.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think I had that idea. I think I made that beat. I had the idea, made the beat, and sent him that in maybe a span of 45 minutes. Like I was just like, oh man, this would be fire. And I went in that house and I was like, just made that beat. It was so simple. It was maybe like 6 tracks, 6 instruments to that. And yeah, and I was like, yeah, I know exactly who I want to hear on this. And it just came out perfect. Like perfect. Like the singing, like just everything about that song came out perfect.
That's so funny because I just remember. I remember. I don't know. I am also married, but I'm such a. I know people hate when people rap about being married. So I was kind of like, Richie, is that really what you want? That we doing the married song? But I'm like, you know what? I get it. We married. We should make good songs for
Right.
married people. Um, but then I was like, I don't think Richie understand. Like that era of Wayne was like my life. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh yeah, I can. This is not gonna be hard at all.
Right.
And maybe you did understand, like yeah, that wasn't gonna be hard for me, but it was just like yeah, I've been trying to be Lil Wayne as long as Lil Wayne's been around.
I'm hip. And even to know that like Drake wrote that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and so it's just so it's like this all just makes so much sense. It's like so yeah, that when that came up, that was perfect. Like just I feel like that's one of the between that and Shaking Dice are like the two perfect songs. Like the mix sounds amazing. Like everything about it just sounds perfect. So yeah, to Death Do His Part. And then like I said, it's just so relatable. And that's what makes it so good because it's relatable. You know, and I played that for my other homeboys that's married. Like they like, oh man, like this makes sense to me. Like I'm
That just means that
yeah.
there needs to be more married rap at
I'm
this
telling
point.
you.
Like, yeah,
That's what they used to make.
get in the lane, y'all.
I understand that. It's just that, like, all right. So I'm a big Chance the Rapper fan, and the world killed Chance for for being married. They had the whole "Ooh, I love my wife," and I was like, I don't want them to do that to me.
Hey man,
but
What
I
you
do love my
What
I
you
do love my wife.
right. And like that's what like my homeboy Just Rich. Shout out to Just Rich. He had a whole verse about that when we did a track on Summer Pack, and he was like, back to doing things I love, and damn I love my wife. Back to doing things I love, and damn I love my life. Back to doing things I love, and man I'm on my bike. And this is like we just rapping about literally what we do in a regular basis, and it's like if it can click with me, like I wasn't like he wrote that, and it still clicked with me. So it's like I know that can click with somebody else, and somebody else, and it's just like that's what we are doing, is making relatable music for us. Like what you know, I think the even with the Mary thing, I think another thing is like old rappers being like 40 still rapping about the club. And it's like people be like, well, why don't you rap about what you doing now? And people be like, well, I don't think nobody want to hear that. I do. That's why I like Larry June. He just rap about making bagels and drinking fresh orange juice while looking at, a fresh sunset. Right. And numbers. Like that's what I relate to. Is like my biggest thing is when I hear rap, I wanna live that.
Mm-hmm.
Like listening to Hard Body by Lil Wayne, he said, I'm about to like to see through blunt. My co-founder Free, got to see through blunt. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I live that. So now it's like if I can live these lyrics, that's all positive. That's even better.
I love that. We need more of that in the world.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the music definitely impacts the people, and the music been impacting the people.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes that's why you gotta absorb it. I used to listen to Crime Mob all the time, but that never made me want to stop. I listened to I listened to some music before and never did it. Like like Who Cloned Tyrone. It don't have to necessarily control you.
Yeah.
You can just enjoy it for what it is, and that's what a lot of like. On the flip side of like living those lyrics, what I'm saying, I do have those where I don't have to live those lyrics. I still enjoy that music. I can rap Eminem, Kim, and no, I'm not about to kill my wife. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know about that song.
Oh man,
I love Eminem.
that song used to terrify me as a child. Oh man, and that's what got me into Foley sound effects. That's why I love building worlds in my music. Like you hear everything you hear in the song is so intentional. It's so intentional, and half of it means I got a song I made for my wife. I feel like I'm taking this over. My bad. I got a song I made for my wife. That I sampled "Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got," and I got a maraca in the background, and that was one that we bought in Mexico, and that I bought for my son. So that got me and my son playing a maraca in the background. But nobody know these stories. They just hear the production.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like our collaboration is bigger, because I feel like it's a lot of Easter eggs that people don't know and won't know. But it's in there.
Were there any creative challenges that y'all faced while making the album?
My hard drive stopped working. No, when I say the other song on here was called Black Gold, and at the time of like, all right, cool, I'm sending Richie all the files and things. In my head, this is the song, and then the only one song I no longer have. I have all the other songs. I guess I was exporting the files, sending him to him immediately, and I think that may have been the last. No, because felt like this is the last song recorded. I guess I thought I exported it and didn't, and never sent it to him.
That was the one file. I checked every message, triple checked every email. That was the one file I could not find for nothing. But I feel like it was so perfect because how it worked out. Because we would have had that, we would have got Live in the Zarks.
Yeah.
But that might come up on a, never know, version Feather Deluxe version or something like that.
Why was I thinking about it? I meant to. I hadn't said anything. I literally was thinking about that. But yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on with this hard drive.
Yeah.
Get the songs back.
Yeah.
What do you guys hope that the listeners take away from Birds of a Feather after their first listen and after like repeated listens?
That's a good one.
I hope people enjoy the cinematic level of the songs. So I feel like if you really listen to some of these songs, like even Felt Like This, that essentially that's a story of like surviving poverty. Like, hey, have you ever felt like, dang, this is my last dollar? You know what I'm saying? Even Shaking Dice, like Shaking Dice was me giving a modern interpretation of the movie Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, that was a time frame where if you were going to a club had like a casino portion to it. So it's like that's the shaking ass, shaking dice, pouring liquor. That's literally the environment. Even in the lines where I was like, I can't let you in, but I can't let you go. Like I gotta hold on and see, like, hey, what's going on? I literally was just trying to recreate that movie in a modern like space. And I really like. I think as a full project though, it is something you can listen to from point A to point B and really be like, okay, this is an album, and it's not just a collection of songs that seem strung together.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I wanted to feel like a audio movie.
Absolutely, I feel the same way. It was definitely a concept album that you definitely have to listen like front to back to really get it. Like even doing the voicemails, I'm usually not one to put my voice on anything, but like it makes sense listening, and it ties everything together. So the biggest takeaway I hope people get is really just sitting there and like trying to digest it and just really like understanding like this ain't, like you said, a collection of songs. This is really a build up to the end, which is why the end is the end. And then on a continuous listen, just to really enjoy the songs, like enjoy the production, enjoy the bounce, enjoy the, like I said, shaking dice is just a whole nother like world. Like the drums are just so perfect. The bass just sits amazingly with everything else. Felt like this, like when my tag is, I get shot. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's like it's those little details. Because at first, I forgot what I think he just said pop. I think he said
He got hit.
he got hit,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what, it sounded dope right there. Just cut the whole beat and a gunshot. And it's like you'll get it. And it's like, yeah, my nigga got pop, and it's in the middle of my tag. Damn, Richie, you made, and it's like before he even said this, he got shot. So that was my thought process on that.
It's so interesting having like doing a collab album with somebody, but not every portion you're around for. So you sent me that, and I'm listening to it, not expecting that. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
expecting that, and then here like, oh yeah, I don't
yeah,
know. That was a like
yeah.
a great move. Like I was like, honestly, I had to start the song over because I was no longer listening to see if the mix was clear. I was like,
Right.
oh okay, that was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing. I love to get the listener like by surprise. I don't want you to get bored while listening to the same, same drop, same thing. So it's like you got to throw some of those like just little things in there. Those little details matter for all the producers. Those little details matters. Those engineers, those little details matter. I promise you, because somebody's gonna hear it, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's crazy," and that's all. That's all it means. That's all it needs.
Have you heard any feedback from fans or people online that like struck you as meaningful or just made you smile or something?
Absolutely. I just played it at my last studio session for a group of people, and one of my homeboys, like I said, just Rich, he zones in and listens to the music. Like he closes his eyes and he really listens. So I'm playing Do It," and all of a sudden I hear somebody start laughing, and he was like, "Hold on, did he just say Madagascar? I like to move it." And it was like, "Yeah, yeah." He was like, "Run that back." So we had to play it again because it was just like I said, those little things like catch you off guard. And like even when he sends me the tracks, I enjoy them so much. Like I'd even mix Till Death Do Us Part for a while and would just listen to it just how he sent it because I just enjoyed the song so much. I was like, bro, this is a crazy song right now. So yeah, those little interactions and people really like just getting caught by surprise. I get those a lot. People just been enjoying all the songs so far.
Yeah. I think some of it is pre the album release and some of it's post the album release. Like for instance, when recording with Damo, I played him some of the songs I'd already recorded. So I played him Do It. And I had a Jamie Foxx line. The Jamie Foxx show, he had a character named Fancy, and I was like, y'all can't play me. I'm like, Jamie, my chick Fancy, your chick crazy. And he was like, hey, did you just say, he said, nah, that's hard.
Yeah.
And he gave me my props on that. Actually, a lot of people really like Do It. I've, I've heard, I haven't heard any negative feedback. I've only heard
Yeah.
positive feedback.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to hear something though. I just want to like. I feel like this is a. I don't know. Is everything is just so fun and just like how could you hate this album?
Mm,
Yeah, I get a lot of feedback with Do It too. One of my favorite bars is definitely the Dirty ENT one.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
my
yeah.
dirties want to hang, but I ain't entertaining it. Shout out Dirty ENT. Like, cause when he first told me that, I was like, dirties want to hang, but I ain't entertaining it. Like, entertaining it. Like, I try. I think I try to like get him to change a word or something like that,
Yeah.
and he was like, nah, like
It got to be that.
it gotta be that. And I just
Because right before it, I mentioned Murphy Lee. Or, right? That's what I said? I said,
we sounded like we met in the loo, and we
oh
sounded
no, I
like
mentioned
lunatics.
lunatics. Yeah, I mentioned saying lunatics. So yeah, and then I said my dirties want to hang. So yeah, I was like, no, this is an end cap to that line. Yeah.
And then I was like, that makes now I get a Dirty ENT. Yeah, we all we got. I remember that.
If there was one message you hope to send through the album, what would it be?
Uh, my message would just be have fun, don't overthink it, and just enjoy the process. because I'm telling you, like, do it. It's so simple. The beat is so simple. Like the sample is so simple, and like I didn't really even pitch. Like I didn't pitch it up that much. Like that was. I don't even think I even moved anything other than like I added some percussion in the back in the kicks and everything. So it's like, man, just have fun, do it, and put it out. Like people gonna love it. You gonna as long as you love it. Yeah, as long as you love it.
Mine would be that like the world is full of shared experiences. Essentially, birds of a feather. Again, we all fly together in this album. The first song talks about depression. Talk about uh, being out of like you know what I'm saying. Just having poverty moments. Talk about marriage. These are things that's like yeah. These are things. All of these things are things that I face. Even just having a party, like you know what I'm saying. Like the enjoyment of that. Like everybody's been able to experience that you could take from this. What?
Man, I laugh every time I hear now I'm in the club arguing over mimosas. Cause I can just see that, like, bro, like maturity, bro. I ain't ordered this. Like,
what?
hey,
And or
it's not even
oh
mine.
yeah, we splitting this mimosa, and it's like,
Like,
bro, I don't even drink.
Just,
what are we doing?
Just put it on your card and we gonna cash app it to you.
Are y'all gonna cash app
like
me?
This is the ultimate 30-year-old album. I feel like,
Yeah.
like you just get to that point of life, and it's just like, dang, bro. Like I've been in that. Like, come on, man. Like, have you ever been broke on payday? Yes. Like literally. Like, so, yeah. It's what was my bad? Yeah. I just enjoy this album so much, and that's what I do with a lot of. I'm intentional about who I collaborate with, and if I know that I can't enjoy your music just alone, then because I can still listen to Eat the Cake.
Yeah.
That's such a fun song to mix, and like even like and also he trusts me. That's what I enjoy too. Like he just trusts me to do what I do, because when I did that, I changed the whole ending to Eat the Cake, and he was like, "All right, I like this."
That song is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The person interviewing us, he said.
I just think it's just so vulgar. I feel like a nun when I listen to that
I can't
song.
show that to nobody.
I feel like part of me as a person, I have lived various different experiences, and I want to talk about all of my experiences because I know somebody else has.
Absolutely.
Like you were talking about Wayne saying the see-through blunt line. It's like, yo, I remember first smoking and being like, yo, I want a see-through blunt, or like being in the aspect of getting that.
Yeah.
Like it's just
like it was unreachable at that time. Like, bro, where would I even find that?
Yeah.
I don't even smoke, but I want one.
And that's how I want people to listen to anything I put out, but especially this album.
Yeah, especially this album, I'm telling you. Same with the producers. Just enjoy the production. Just don't overthink it, and just put it out. I promise you. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have no more questions. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say to the people?
Hey, themantrahouse.com. I appreciate y'all. Keep supporting. Thank you, Vintage Gold. We really appreciate y'all. We will be having so many more showcases, interviews here. Go follow them on Instagram. I'm gonna have their thing pop up at some point. Thank you, Dellwood Oso. Thank you. It is such an amazing, amazing interview. Like I feel like I want to keep talking. Like this is. I never really been on the other aspect of it with really good questions. Like really good questions.
Thank you. So, I appreciate that.
This has been super professional, and hey, this is another dream that I'm happy that I can check off my list. So.
Yeah, and I just want you guys to trust your wings. Everybody, you gotta learn to trust the process. Like me sending Richie going, hey, record these songs. I could have came up with something that he didn't like. He could have been like, yeah, I don't really care. Like I said earlier, I'm the type of person I knew that people didn't like the I Love My Wife song. So Richie asking me that, I'm like, I could have been like, nah. I could have just been like, nah. But I'm like, I like Wayne. I get what you're doing. I'm married. Might as well. It's just you gotta trust the process. Even in the aspect of like, I recorded a song, never sent it to Richie till we needed it, and I think that is going to be a lot of people's favorite song. Um,
Yeah,
just trust your wings. That's the only way you're gonna be able to fly.
absolutely. Find your wings and then trust them.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We have come to the end of interview flows again with Dellwood Oso and Richie IV. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.